Alright, so with the Royal Rumble being done and over with, we're moving on to our next PLE, to our road to WrestleMania. This is Elimination Chamber. And what I want to do is tell you like the match card predictions. We haven't gotten any match cards yet, not even the full chambers. So my prediction for the whole match card, I'm going to be explaining throughout this like 10 minutes. We're starting off with the women's chamber match. We haven't got everybody in there yet. We only have Liv Morgan. But who's going to follow Liv Morgan into that chamber? And the way that I see it going, I understand that Bayley's got a match with Lyra Valkyria next week on Raw. I see Bayley winning because it's like a few weeks after all the NXT pay-per-view stuff, which she will probably be featured on. Lyra Valkyria already holding that mid-card championship. I think, why not, bro? Like, why not have Bayley in there instead so that she can have a road to gold and not really follow through? Another person I see in there, I feel like we're getting like a build-up of how dangerous this character can be. Something like that. Every SmackDown we're seeing it like very frequent. Following Liv Morgan and potentially Bayley, we see Michin bringing that candlestick into the chamber. Unlike what she did at the Royal Rumble with no candlestick, it was confusing. Couldn't even tell if it was there. Now, before I talk about the last two who could potentially win this, I want to talk about someone who they're going to throw in there that might also make a main roster debut in there too. We're talking about the Women's Iron Man, or the Iron Woman in the Royal Rumble last Saturday. Probably even becoming the Iron Woman of the Elimination Chamber match. Talk about Roxanne Perez making an entry in there. I think it's an official main roster debut this year for Roxanne Perez before WrestleMania. Potentially even being in WrestleMania. Alright, so these last two of the shoulda, coulda, woulda been when it comes to winners of the Women's Royal Rumble this year. We're talking about Bianca Belair and we're talking about Io Sky, who both have this will they fight Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania thing going for them, with rumors, predictions, all that flying around. And by then, would we see Bianca be heel? Because we have this like the storyline of who ambushed Jade Cargill on SmackDown like weeks prior to the Royal Rumble. Possibly even last year. And with Jade not actually returning at the Rumble, I feel like it's a SmackDown thing. Definitely going to keep this storyline going on SmackDown. So is it a heel Bianca or just heel Naomi? I do actually believe that Bianca's due for a heel turn. She's been face. Same with Cody Rhodes, man. We begged, pleaded, marked out for a homeland to Cody Rhodes. And I feel like we're definitely getting that with Cody. There's potential to see that in Bianca too. Not Homelander, but like the other one. So between the two, our Bianca and Io, I do see Io taking that victory and going to WrestleMania to fight Rhea Ripley. Possibly winning, but we'll talk about that another time. Another match I see happening involves the Tag Team Championships. Another SmackDown title defense. Well, because we saw Street Profits, the Cosmo saved the match and still attacked DIY after helping them win. So it's evident that we're going down this road of like Street Profits versus DIY, but I do actually see it WrestleMania being DIY versus Pretty Deadly. That being said, the winner of that match would be DIY. That will be due to a Pretty Deadly interference, which we'll see like the feud between Pretty Deadly and Street Profits take place on SmackDowns leading up to like the 19th or 20th of April. They're going to say I have long arms for these next matches I'm going to talk about, apart from the one in the middle. So one of those matches being Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the US title. And unfortunately, we do see Chelsea retaining. However, having Zelina Vega on the PLE and a title defense probably hasn't been done for a good 2 years. Definitely needs that push. So, there it is. You know what I mean? Now, the one that you're going to, like, not say that I have long arms for is, like, a very obvious one that we're going for right now with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Of course, both of them being Canadian. One of them potentially turning heel in Sami Zayn, and one of them being a heel with Kevin Owens. That match was set up because of the package power driver that was delivered from Kevin Owens addressed to Sami Zayn. So when it starts in a heel way, I believe the Hotel Hero in Sami Zayn will actually take the victory because nothing's up for grabs. And it feels like a feel-good moment if he takes the victory instead of Kevin Owens just for Toronto. Okay, this one I could probably reach the moon with my long arms for this one. I'm not letting the internet change my predictions, man. I'm not letting you do that unless it doesn't happen. So because Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, which obviously means main event Jey Uso will actually take place in the main event of WrestleMania. And I'm standing on this too, because you just don't want to see Jey versus Gunther Part 2 for the title again, especially with Gunther winning clean at Saturday Night Main Event. I believe WWE are going to hand the title over to Drew McIntyre at Elimination Chamber. Because we saw the actual WWE Championship, Undisputed Championship, defended in the ladder match with Kevin Owens versus Cody. I believe it's time for a real PLE title defense for the World Heavyweight Championship, even though we did get it on Saturday Night Main Event. Gunther, the champion, will lose to Drew McIntyre at Elimination Chamber. Still adding to that unpredictability factor that we're going for with the WWE right now. Alright, so a bit more obvious on the Elimination Chamber match for the men's. Because we're talking about John Cena, who's clarified. CM Punk, who's certified. Logan Paul, who's certified. Oh wait, no, Logan Paul is not certified. My fault. Logan Paul is taking on Rey Mysterio next week's Raw. Whether not having Rey Mysterio win against Logan Paul, unfortunately, just the way that the company sees things now, it's a lot of internet. You see them bring speed into the Royal Rumble. Kyrie there in general. Logan Paul having a full contract with WWE. Coming in at 30 every Royal Rumble does actually it's kind of getting boring though. But he is entertaining. And on the lines of entertainment, we're talking about Jacob Fatu taking place in the Elimination Chamber match. His first ever Elimination Chamber. And for a lot of people in there, the last. Well, apart from John Cena, who's actually taking his last Elimination Chamber. Another one from the Bloodline storyline. Because we didn't see him in Australia last year, and now that he doesn't have the championship wrapped around his waist, another person I see joining the Elimination Chamber, maybe purely for star power, is Roman Reigns, which will also build a potential match for WrestleMania when we see the triple threat between Seth Rollins and CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns and CM Punk are also in that match together. They can build something where Seth Rollins interferes just because, I don't know, whatever they say it's for. Someone who should definitely be in the Elimination Chamber just to see, just to give him the respect he deserves for being a real veteran when it comes to professional wrestling as a whole. We're talking about AJ Styles, who just went vintage again. So we're probably seeing classic Styles build up momentum for his match on Friends. They're not going to not have AJ Styles and Friends. But the person I see winning the Elimination Chamber match for the men's is someone who actually should have won for the Royal Rumble, but I was happy to see Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble this year. I believe that CM Punk will win. Io's going to win the women's. CM Punk's going to win the men's. Anything could really happen. I don't know. That's the end. That's like, comment, subscribe. That's Colin. We're turning Colin primarily into a wrestling channel again because we're on the road to WrestleMania like we did last year. Hopefully this time with better numbers. That's like, comment, subscribe. I'm gone. Out.